Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So I did recall as I went to go get me something to eat, Isis had a message that as I was eating, she was like, "So you really gonna sit here and just forget the message that you was gonna deliver for me?" I said, "Let me tell you something. You don't let me get segment on that ass." But anyway, we here, we vibing, we about to do a final to the final, a final to the final message. Segment. Okay, segment. What's your message? What's your message, segment? Segment. What's your message for the collective? Mm. Take this journey on your own. After all of the burdens that you've been through, you're going through this transformation for that reason. You've been blocking this transformation, segments energy. Then we're going to go to Isis. You've been blocking this transformation, and therefore it's also been blocking love. But the moment that you unblock it, this is when love comes in, because it has a lot to do with your purpose. Some of you are destined for unconditional love, the experience of unconditional love. Others, if you're not on that path, it's because you're going through the lessons to get you to the experiences of unconditional love. Okay. Yes, you do. Unconditional love comes with the emperor, as you are the empress, or vice versa. Then we have the high priestess here at the bottom of the deck. So that's segments energy. Let me see. So this is Aries to Aries. So when you establish your power, this is you taking a road on your own. This doesn't have to do with anyone else but you, mind, body, and spirit, or mind, body, and soul. That is the truth with the Ace of Swords here. What's under the Knight of Cups? What's under the Knight of Cups with the Emperor? Oh, and I saw that popping through as I was saying what I said about segment and Isis together. We have here the Emperor and Pluto energy twice. We have the lower octave and the higher octave. So this is like the embodiment of the North and South node. Your purpose. It makes you this multi-million billionaire. I don't give a fuck how you listen. When I say multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire, this ain't got nothing to do with the how. The more you sit here and focus on how you're going to do something, is the more you're going to disconnect yourself from this actual wealth that is connected to you cosmically. Okay. Everything that is surrounding you at this time to challenge you is for a reason. It's to challenge you for you to gain the wisdom as to what it is that you're here to really do. Because you're the giver. But you got to balance out your emotions. And until you balance out your emotions, you're going to constantly give your solar plexus the crumbs of what it is that it's telling you to do instinctively. Yes, restrictions here. Okay. What's being restricted is the transformation. Some of you have been receiving a lot of information. The information is coming through a invitation. You're missing a lot of invitation. You're canceling out certain invitations that can actually liberate you from this restriction that you've been experiencing. For some of you specifically, that invitation is coming from a Capricorn, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. Okay. This is segment energy, so she's really strong. She don't play that shit. She don't, ain't no in between with no segment energy. Isis too, but Isis got a little bit more love. Segment, she got love too, but the moment she senses, or that frequency senses, that is not unconditional love, you're gonna see what it looks like to have the effects of somebody that's not stepping into unconditional love, and that can prolong itself through generations. Just saying, it can prolong itself through generations. What's this? Seven of Pentacles, divine timing is at the cross of it all. Saturn in Pisces, Saturn in Taurus, and then we have the Three of Cups, Mercury in Cancer. So Saturn, Mercury, The challenge has to do with the way you think about things when it comes to your core values and the foundation of yourself, the way you were raised. Core values based on the way you were raised. Some of you are saying no to certain situations and deceiving yourself because of the core values based on how you were raised. Nose is itching. There's too many people in your life being nosy. This is what you got to put to rest. 7, 4, 11. Justice energy. What's the justice here? The justice is when you step into your life purpose. You've been generous in situations where you've been using your life purpose or utilizing the essence of your life purpose, but it has been thrown back into your face, and it's been a brutal ride, but that's also been a brutal ride because you allowed it to be. Why? Because you continue that process of giving to those who don't accept you, and it put you into the state of being suspended. But now it's time to move forward here with the Knight of Swords, or there could be information coming into you quickly here. Pisces energy with the Hangman. What else do we have? The 5 of Pentacles. So you're having a moment here where you have to reassess the way you've been thinking about your core values and the way you not responding to your true identity or your true value, and the way it has you in positions of being suspended or being stuck or not moving. Because it's all designed for you to really and truly connect to what it is that you've seen as a value to you with the Hierophant, Taurus again. Okay. We have the 8 of Pentacles. This is having to do with your work. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's what's transforming. Your work is transforming. You're just going to have to take a leap of faith here. Okay. We're going to get to the Isis message right now because I did tell you all that we will be doing the Isis message in the last live that we did. 8B. This is 8C. We have, there goes the justice right there. Bringing in this new beginning. But you're going to have to master all of this confusion when it comes to your creativity, your willpower, what it is that you design, what it is that you design based on what you decide to do and who is against you. This is the energy of what's against you. But when you bring this Ace of Wands into this picture of the 5 of Wands, this becomes a 6 of Wands, which is Jupiter and Leo. There's an expansion of the use and action of your willpower. But the only way that you can use the expansion of your willpower is by you connecting to your willpower. So what are you willing to do? Let's see what Isis has to say, since we got the justice coming out here now. And that will be the end of this message. That's really all this is. Isis Oracle, guys. Ooh, sweet. Here we go. Let me get 2 more, and then we'll go. Pisces, what is your message for the collective for this new moon in Pisces? I see. Okay. So we have the abundance of Sophis, the stellar blessings of the celestial goddess of abundance, but it did fall on the ground in reverse. Why is this in reverse? Something is a challenge in terms of you connecting to the triumph that you've had. Something is challenging you when it comes to you seeing the triumph in your life. Talisman of potency. So this has to do with certain tools that you use to protect yourself in the position where you have to defend yourself. Obviously, you protect yourself because you are in a position to defend yourself. So you may notice that you have this urge to want to get certain crystals, certain candles. Shout out to Inner Wealth. Hold on, let me say it correctly. Hold on, honey. Inner Wealth Creations. Fatima, shout out to you, beloved, with the talisman frequency, the potency of the talisman here. So the talisman of potency speaks of charging sacred objects of power. And charging could have to do with the air, the water, the fire, or the earth, or the ground, per se. We have these two cards that are coming out, Divine Guardian and the Chariot of Ascension, the Merkaba or the Merkaba. Some of you have extended your energy to so many people. Now has come time for you to bring that energy back. Your divine guardian is working with you for you to do so. Some of you can see that it's challenging for you to, re-enter your soul into the physical body that it asks for it to be in. The soul asks for your body, or you chose this life, you chose this pair, you chose, doesn't matter what pair, how the pair evolved in terms of bringing you into this world. Because some of you are part of a family, some of you are not. At the end of the day, there are two bodies that you chose in terms of their genetic and chemical makeup that was going to allow you to be in a chariot of ascension. This is all this is, 1111 on the timer. You're doing the spiritual work of the higher initiate. Go back again to video number 7 and start from A1, go into AB, and this one is AC. There's a reason why this shit is actually going the way it's going, and you're beyond welcome. My love, Fatima. That was a cat. Because I remember when that used to happen, 2020, I would hear a cat outside for like 6 months straight. And before I turned 30, literally a couple months, 2 months before I turned 30, that cat would show up on my fire escape. But it was during the most darkest moments of my life. Like that was the only thing that showed up as a point of the inner self becoming that version of salvation for the outer self. And I just heard that cat just now, the same exact way. I'm gonna have to play it back to see if I can hear it through the video. But some of you are highly protected, and you're highly protected because you're gaining the vision through the dark. You're gaining your eyesight through the dark. You've known this, you've had perception of it, but you're now seeing a reality of this perception. Okay? That was a lot. That's what it is. Because the song I'm hearing, that's my shit. That's like a celebratory song right there. What's the message you want me to read to the collective for the final message? Soul retrieval. This is actually on the community board, so I'm only going to read the meaning of it. Deep soul healing with the goddess. Which speaks of, and this actually came through while the full moon was in Aquarius when I pulled this, and it was significant. July 23rd, 2021. Midnight, 12:04, midnight full moon in Aquarius. Isis, healing goddess, now offers you spiritual restoration and deep soul healing through the art of soul retrieval, reclaiming pieces of you lost through trauma, old and new. Soon you will enjoy greater wellness, enjoy energy and power, as well as the opening of gifts and soul abilities you did not know you had. Did you know that pieces of you can be trapped in the past, in traumatic experiences and in relationships, even those long since gone, because part of your power remains with another? This can happen because of permission subconsciously given for them to hold a piece of your spirit. Then the time comes for such permissions to be revoked and the pieces of self to be reclaimed and restored to the soul. Master healer and goddess of deep soul restoration, the Lady Isis now guides you to make peace with the past and reclaim the lost pieces of your own soul. The time has come for you to take yourself entirely into your own possession, to call back your soul from trauma in this lifetime and others, to give yourself back to yourself, wholly and completely. In doing so, your life will flourish and fuse with greater energy into a beautiful new expression. Isis calls the soul back into wholeness again. Her passion, determination, and unfailing love for her beloved Osiris restored him from a dismembered, distorted, and fractured self into a whole divine masculine being once more. The Oracle of Soul Retrieval guides you to forgive and reclaim your own power and energy into totality now. Even if the trapped energy is so unconscious that you do not even know that you are a missing part of yourself. Searching for any inner places that feel incomplete and or draining is a way to commence the process of soul retrieval. So once again, searching for any inner places that feel incomplete or draining is a way to commence the process of soul retrieval. Forgiveness can be a good place to begin work more consciously. This will help you to step into the law of cause and effect and disconnect from the right or wrong, the good or bad, so that you can see things from the God perspective, the goddess perspective of who you are. And that's through the retrieval of your soul. This is hard spiritual work sometimes because we can want to be right or justified in what we feel or perceive, and we don't want to be harmed again by allowing inappropriate behavior. In the action of forgiveness, you are simply reclaiming your energy from the situation, person, or experience so that it is at your disposal instead of being trapped in their energy field. What is most likely to occur is that the person, place, or situation will simply fall away from your life and be released. You will not be opening yourself up to attack. You'll be wiser, stronger for your forgiveness and the ability that forgiveness gives you to reclaim your spirit. You will have more energy, and with no further effort, you will actually move on, not just in mind or body, but in spirit. This oracle indicates you have healing ability that you are capable of channeling soul energy to help others forgive and reclaim their spirit too. That's the whole purpose of forgiveness, to reclaim your spirit. The more you base your spirit in unconditional love, which is the true nature of the soul, the more powerful your work will become for yourself and for others in service. Your healing gift is quite deep. And if you are committed to working in the healing capacity with others, or wondering if this is the right calling for you, then this card serves as a confirmation for you. The Oracle of Soul Retrieval also brings a special message for healers. Sometimes in your deep work with others, your desire to be of service can drain you if you are not carefully cleansing your energy field. If you have pulled this card, which we have for the collective, together with the Pyramid of Light or the Pillar of Light, which we didn't pull, however, here you are encouraged to do swift and thorough psychic and spiritual cleansing each evening and rising. Even if we didn't pull those cards, but you did get the Chariot of Ascension, the spiritual work of the higher initiate, which goes hand in hand. Which you want to do this psychic and spiritual cleansing on a daily basis, especially if you're someone who's doing this type of work with cards, numerology, natal charts. If you're working in a facility as a therapist, as a hairstylist, it doesn't matter what you do. You're exuding this ability that you have as the higher initiate through your spiritual work. This is what your spirit wants to do. So just make sure you're cleansing yourself each and every night, bringing your soul back to your body. So it says here, you are encouraged to do swift and thorough psychic and spiritual cleansing each evening and rising for the next several weeks. How many letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 weeks. Or until you feel more of yourself again. You will notice the thoughts and feelings of others becoming less intrusive. This is unconditionally loving. Your clients will gain more strength in learning to feed their own energy field rather than feeding off yours, and you will gain more strength in the process too. It can be hard to change patterns of professional and energetic dependency, but it is worth the effort so that you do not become drained and unable to continue your path as a healer. This guidance applies equally to those that are not formal healers, but tend to attract those seeking guidance and support informally into their lives. So these are conversations with people that you call friends. Cleanse yourself on a daily basis. So to do the soul retrieval healing with Lady Isis, create a sacred, peaceful space where you will not be disturbed. Close your eyes and allow for relaxation and focus your awareness within your heart. Imagine that you can travel within, going deeper and deeper into your heart until you notice that within your heart, there is a vast open space, and within that space is a golden grid of light. Say, I call upon the master healers that love me unconditionally, including Isis, Aset, that loves me unconditionally to help me restore my soul now, to call my power back and experience great wholeness. So be it. Become aware of the magnificent golden winged goddess shining love and peace upon you within your own heart now. Allow her heart to guide you deep into the golden grid of light. Notice that the grid is vibrant, alive, and filled with love. Occasionally, you notice that a line of the grid is torn or broken or distorted out of alignment with the rest of the grid. Some lines of the grid seem to be pulled out completely, leaking golden energy rather than feeding it back and circulating the light through the grid system. Golden winged Isis is with you now. Aset is with you now, and she sings with a beautiful voice of sound and light, sending tones of healing into the grid, causing the tears to heal, the pieces missing to be restored, and the threads out of alignment to come back into perfect harmony, reattaching the grid of golden light until it is perfect, alive, throbbing with life force and love. It feels whole, strong, and right for the grid to be this way. Stay in your heart with thanks for this healing, feeling peace and love within you as you say, I now forgive any and all unfinished business which will prevent me from being in perfect soul alignment and experiencing great joy, love, and power within. Through my own free will, with the healing grace of the Lady Aset or Isis, so be it. When you are ready, just open your eyes. For the incantation to the goddess of deep soul healing, this prayer can be said as an incantation at any time you feel you need, aka lack healing, help in forgiving and calling your soul back to yourself, or when you sense that something within you is holding you back from greater happiness, but you are not sure what it is. It can be added to the beginning of the ritual above or said on its own as a prayer of healing and soul retrieval. Here we go. Isis or Aset, with love unconditional and strong, help me rise above right and wrong, to forgive, release, and make myself whole, to retrieve lost pieces of my soul, restore the inner light grid of gold, free me from trauma new and old. Isis all set with love unconditional and strong, help me be whole now and finally move on. Isis all set with love unconditional and strong, help me rise above right and wrong, to forgive, release, and make myself whole, to receive or retrieve lost pieces of my soul, restore the inner light grid of gold, free me from trauma new and old. Isis all set with love unconditional and strong, help me be whole now and finally move on. One more time. Isis, with love unconditional and strong. Isis or Set. With love unconditional and strong, help me rise above right and wrong, to forgive, release, and make myself whole. To retrieve lost pieces of my soul, restore the inner light grid of gold, free me from trauma new and old. Isis or Set, with love unconditional and strong, help me be whole now. Finally move on. That is your final message for this evening from Sekhmet and Isis. I will see you all on the next live, and